A 15-year-old boy who kicked a man's head like a football as he lay unconscious on the floor has been convicted of murder. The youth beat Christopher Molloy, who's 55 years old, to death in the early hours gang attack on Liverpool on July the 12th last year. Brothers J. Byrne, who's 26, and Joseph Byrne were cleared of murder, having earlier admitted manslaughter. Liverpool Crown Court heard the parties argued by a Burger King near the Strand shopping centre after Mr. Molloy was accused of touching the teenager's girlfriend. J. Byrne was said to have either pushed or punched the stranger, who then fled to a nearby McDonald's where he pleaded with staff to help him. He remained in the doorway for several minutes before walking away, at which point Joseph Byrne and the youth, who was then aged 14 years old, gave chase. CCTV footage captured a second confrontation near the junction of Stanley Road and Strand Road. Jurors watched the younger Byrne land an extremely forceful punch which caused Mr. Molloy to fall backwards and crack his head on the pavement. The youth could then be seen slapping the unconscious victim 8 times before fist bumping Byrne as they walked away. He returned a few minutes later with J. Byrne, who kicked the helpless Mr. Molloy in the head, and the teen then delivered a second kick to the head described as a particularly ferocious kick, like kicking a football hard. A taxi driver had flagged down a police car after spotting Mr. Molloy lying on the road while another stranger alerted a passing ambulance. He was rushed to Walton Centre where he underwent emergency surgery, but he had suffered internal bleeding and fractures, and his life support was withdrawn a week later on July the 19th. Giving evidence, Joseph Byrne said he had given Mr. Molloy a little slap to teach him a lesson, and after he accused him of touching his girlfriend. But he appeared to become angry with the youngster whilst he was under cross-examination in court, and at one point he turned to him saying he done it and he knows he done it, and then he refused to answer any further questions from the prosecution. His brother J. Byrne didn't give any evidence. The teenager told jurors he had been imitating a scene from the movie Friday, namely where the character played by Chris Tucker shouts, "You got knocked the fuck out." He also claimed Joseph Byrne had asked him, "Do you want to see a knockout punch?" before rendering Mr. Molloy unconscious. He said of the moment he kicked him on the floor, the teen said, "I didn't think, I was just copying what Jay did." The Byrne brothers were found not guilty of murder while the youth was convicted of murder. When he was being sentenced, he shouted at the judge, "You fat ugly prick," as the verdict was read out, and slammed the door as he stormed out of the dock. J. Byrne tried to calm his Cody down by saying, "Chill, bro," and all 3 are going to be sentenced later on in March. So guys, I just want to say rest in peace, Mr. Molloy, and my condolences go out to your family. It's your boy GC. Keep it locked, keep it real.